Hey folks, so today's the day that we're trading in our Momentum 351M fifth wheel. It's a 2018 model, and we're getting an area by Thor. It's a 35-foot bus diesel pusher because we're going to do all this traveling. And we've never had a problem with our Momentum until today. And if you look behind me right here, you see the arm sticking out? Well, the awning's gone. Yep, the awning's gone. The entire awning on the way over here, for some reason, decided to detach from the coach. So now, there's no awning. Fortunately, we have insurance, so we'll do an insurance claim on this thing. She's been a good rig. The whole time we had her, I'd recommend this to people that want a fifth wheel, a nice fifth wheel. That's a nice fifth wheel. And way off in the distance over there is our Good morning, everybody. I hope you'll follow us today to the Florida Keys. We're going to take you on a little adventure, that living the dream adventure. We've got our new bus loaded. The area by Thor, 3901 with the Can Am on the back, Spyder RT. We're going to go do some riding down in the Florida Keys. Headed to Grassy Key RV Park this morning. Been driving about 3.5 hours now, and we're just now approaching the Florida Keys, in the northern section of the Florida Keys right now. And as we go over these bridges, you're going to see some of the waterways on either side. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't quite cooperating with us on the way down there. There was an approaching cold front, so as the trip goes on, you'll see it gets increasingly cloudier until our coldest day was the day before we left, and we ended up staying for 7 days. But it was a beautiful trip, very relaxing. We eat some good food. We got a couple of good pictures, and we review a couple of the state parks here. We learned some things while we were down here, and hopefully we can pass those on to you. Here we are on the 7-mile bridge. Just wanted to share the beauty here before we get to Grassy Key. We were here in July, a mere four months or so ago. Right after they opened from COVID, down in Key West, we stayed in a houseboat. We brought our boat, and we were able to get out and do some snorkeling on the reefs at the lighthouse. Had a shark encounter, which maybe we'll bring to you in a later episode of Living the Dream Adventure. Not a lot of people in Key West in July, and not that many people here. More so this time than the last time, but obviously they just opened after COVID. It was kind of nice in a way because we didn't have to worry about the crowds, and the restaurants weren't crowded. Temperature today was about 75 degrees. It was just beautiful. Couldn't ask for better weather. The winds did start blowing around Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there. Turned colder for especially people from Florida. We're from Riverview, Florida, a little suburb outside of Tampa. Takes us about 6 hours to get down here. About 7 to 8 hours depending on traffic. Here we are, just arrived here at the Grassy Key RV Resort, also a marina. You can see that the RV park is very well kept. There was a lady that took care of landscaping every single day. Didn't catch her name. She stayed busy all day, every day. Looked like she really enjoyed taking care of this park. On the right side, just past that fifth wheel, is a heated pool. Very nice facility. I didn't walk in there and get a video. I've got some overhead video that I'll show you in a little while of the park. Everything here is gravel, including your site where you park. There's some nice separation with the palms and trees and bushes and things like that between the sites. Some of them are tight due to the big buses that are in here. We happen to get a premium site. There's waterfront sites, premium sites, the second row back, but the slot that we got, number 13, there's nobody parked in front of us because it's the entrance to the marina for walking traffic. And also there's a tiki hut out there for you to sit and relax, and some lounge chairs and things like that. But you can bring your boat here and store it in the marina. You'll see a shot of the marina here shortly. It's starting to get dark in a little while. We kind of arrived late, about 4:30 now. So by the time we get there and set up, you'll get a little sneak peek picture of where we're set up and what our view is out the front window. And then you'll get a picture or shot video of the marina at night. Just beautiful, very relaxing, very clear water. The weather, again, didn't cooperate for the beauty of the photos later as we go on, but you'll get the gist of the whole thing. Here we are in our spot, and here I am just walking the dog. Yes, that is a mermaid out there, a concrete mermaid that they've painted. She kind of overlooks the marina. There's people walking over there across the marina. They were enjoying the evening at the tiki hut. Somebody's boat's parked there, and there's some RVs and buses and fifth wheels right there in the waterfront sites. Just a beautiful evening this evening. About 70 degrees outside. Very quiet, very relaxing park. It's a little bit more upscale, so you're going to pay more to stay in a park like this, but everybody's very respectful. A lot of people bring their motorcycles. So the next day, got up and had breakfast in the morning. Enjoyed the calm and quiet of the marina. This is a video of the marina that I showed you the night before. A little bit better picture. There's Miko in the picture right there. He's out on a walk. He loved walking out on this point. Lots of rocks for him to sniff around in. By the way, I mentioned here about the RV park. Grassy RV Park does not have any shower facilities or bath facilities, so you need to make sure that your RV, your bus, your fifth wheel, whatever you're bringing, has those facilities. There are full hookups here, 30 and 50 amps. But just beautiful here. Quiet, even though it was overcast. Decided to go ahead and throw in the video of the flyover of the park just to give you an idea. It's not very big, the park itself. There's one entry into the park and one exit. It's in the shape of a horseshoe, which you'll see in a few minutes. There's the marina. You can see that there's a bus out to the left there. That's a spot that I actually tried to reserve several months earlier. But that spot is taken 6-8 months in advance, sometimes up to a year in advance. Tiki huts out there on the point. You can see, I'll put a little arrow where our spot is, but you can see a motorcycle leaving right there. That gentleman was in a fifth wheel parked across from us, and he had two bikes. Kept his fifth wheel, very nice. Squeegeed it every day, if I might say. That's the exit that you're looking at as we fly by. There's a story about these buzzards, which I'll tell you later. There's a buzzard flying right there. You can barely see him. There's several out on the whole horizon, flying, just catching the wind. Just a beautiful park, though, all in all. So this is our second day, and we are ready to go to the Keys. We were here in July, like I said earlier, and we stayed in a houseboat off to the right here in this harbor. We brought our own boat and had a good time. We went out to the lighthouse and did some snorkeling out there. We had our friends Vic and Lisa come stay with us for a couple of days, and they enjoyed the boat with us and went to some nice restaurants and ate. So we're basically back here to Key West to shop for Christmas and just enjoy the time without all of the many tourists that are normally here. We didn't really visit many historic sites while we were here this time because we've been here so many times, but as we travel through the streets, we turn the GoPro on and just kind of let you see the scene, what's going on in Key West. And as you can see, it's a limited amount of people here, which is extremely nice, especially during this time of COVID. Here we drive by the southernmost point of the continental United States, as you can see by the marker there on the left. It's a very famous spot that a lot of people like to take their pictures at. But we decide not to stop because we're actually hungry again. It's getting a little later in the afternoon. We've still got some shopping to do. Pick up some nice Christmas presents. It's a good place to do it. You can find some local artists. You'll see here shortly where we purchased some hurricane bracelets by a local artist. And we pick up a nice little scuba tank that's been painted by the guy that painted the southernmost continental United States marker. A special little scuba tank that we'll keep for a long time. Keys are all decorated and ready for Christmas. The Keno store's all set to go. Lori visits that to pick up some shoes for friends and things. They got the lobster pots out in the shape of a Christmas tree. Looks pretty neat here in Mallory Square. About to go to the half shell and get some of those beer boiled shrimp. Enjoyed the scenery. Things are a little more pricey than they were when we were here in July. Today we decide to visit Curry Hammock State Park. We decided to start to visit some of these parks that we've never visited before, we've heard so much about. Checked in at the ranger station and found out that as a disabled veteran I was able to get a lifetime membership to the parks. So if you're a disabled veteran, please visit our parks. They're here for us. They have an annual fee. They also have a daily fee. You have to reserve online in order to camp here. And typically these parks are very popular, so you need to reserve well in advance. Curry Hammock State Park is located at mile marker 56, just outside of Marathon in the Florida Keys on the Atlantic side of US 1. The park is compact. It offers excellent gravel, well-leveled sites and a super clean bathhouse. Sites feel secluded because of the vegetation, but I wouldn't expect much shade here. While there's beach access, it's not much of a beach. Typical of the Florida Keys, it's rocky and weedy. It's not a Miami beach by any stretch of the imagination. Kayaking, SUP, and bicycling are the main recreational attractions. Kayaks and SUPs can be launched from a small sandy beach spot where swimming's not allowed. Cyclists can access the Florida Keys Overseas Heritage Trail across US 1 from the park entrance. And the asphalt paved path it's segregated from traffic on the Overseas Highway, allowing access to Marathon. Curry Hammock State Park's it's a gorgeous Florida gym. However, it's hot, muggy, and buggy in the warmer months, which are mostly all year. Except for today, it's quite cool and quite nice. Well, it's another beautiful day in the Keys. A little bit cooler today, a little bit breezy, but fortunately the sun peeks its head, the wind's blowing. You'll see that by the palm trees today. We decide we're going to check out Bahia Honda State Park, which is 45 minutes before you get to Key West on the drive down in the Keys, and it's just beyond the 7 Mile Bridge. It's got something pretty rare for the Keys. It's got a natural sand beach plus some of the most sought-after camping sites in the Florida Keys and terrific cabins to boot. It has a historic 1912 saddleback bridge. It's a remnant of Henry Flagler's Overseas Railroad, and it's unlike any other bridge you'll find in the Keys. Bahia Honda Bridge was the hardest of all bridges to build in the Flagler's Railroad, most difficult and the longer 7 Mile Bridge because the channel here is the deepest in the Keys. The tides are strong, higher, and they're higher during a storm. It's a trestle style bridge, the only one like it in the Keys. When the hurricane in 1935 forced the closure of the railroad, the bridge was revamped for cars. Lower level, which the trains had used, too narrow for 2 lanes of cars, so they built the road on the top level. Must have been an amazing ride in 1935. In fact, if you drove to Key West before 1972, your only choice was to road atop the old bridge. Today, a section of the bridge has been removed at each end, and a trail leads to a spot with a panoramic view. If you get down here, you gotta check it out. And the camping here is like no other. It's amazing. We'll be back, I can assure you. So our next day in Grassy Key, we decide to head to Isla Mirada for some shopping. Found this place called the Rain Barrel Village. It's pretty famous. If you've ever been to the Keys, I'm sure you've passed it. They say they've been there for 40 years. And there's a giant lobster named Betsy out front. Their advertisement says they're a funky, rustic spot with a big lobster outside for local sculptures, paintings, pottery, and gifts. And it has one hell of a garden. Definitely a place to check out. Lori and I walk around a little bit more and explore a couple more shops in Isla Mirada and then head to Lazy Days for lunch. On a good day, this restaurant has one of the best sunsets in the Keys. It's famous for its sunsets, as a matter of fact. We're on the top balcony. Sit back, relax, and watch the birds on this cloudy day. Enjoy the sights and the sounds of the Keys. Lori and I decide after a great lunch and watching the birds and the tourists feed the birds that it's time we should head back. The winds are starting to pick up and we want to get back and let our little dog out, spend some time with him, enjoy our time at camp, and just hunker down before the cold front blows through tonight. Well, it appears that we weathered the storm. I think the facilities here are just used to this due to all the hurricanes and the winds that come across the Keys. So today we're going to go explore Hawks Cay, a couple of restaurants and bars, Birdine's Top Deck, pretty famous place to take in the sights. I'll tell you the story about the buzzards when we get there. So just hang tight and check it out. Hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Living the Dream Adventure. The whole time Lori and I have been down here, we've seen numerous buzzards, and today's no exception. You're going to see thousands of buzzards here in a minute. So we asked the lady at Birdine's about this, and she said it indicates that hurricane season is over. When the buzzards leave, it means hurricane season is coming back. Just trivia we did not know.